Seoul buzzed with neon lights, loud buses, and the scent of roasted street food. In a small apartment in Euro District lived Imani Cube, an African woman, who worked 2 jobs to take care of her 8-year-old son, Jake. Jake was her joy, smart, curious, always practicing Korean phrases he learned in school. "Mom, I want to be a scientist," he said. "And you will be," she replied, tapping his nose. "You already light up my whole world." They had no idea their world was about to break. After school, Imani and Jake crossed a quiet neighborhood road. Jake skipped ahead, humming a tune. Then, a roaring engine, a flash of silver, screeching tires. A luxury sports car tore around the corner. Before Imani could scream, thud, Jake's small body flew several feet and hit the pavement. "Jake!" Her voice ripped through the air. People rushed out, shocked, shouting, calling emergency services. Imani fell to her knees, clutching her bleeding son. Her life stopped in one moment. The driver stepped out, calm, unhurried, like nothing serious had happened. It was Kang Min-Jae, a wealthy Korean CEO known for his nightlife, arrogance, and cold reputation. He looked at Jake with annoyance. "Your kid wasn't paying attention," he said in English. "This is not my fault." Imani stared at him, trembling with rage and disbelief. "You hit my son," she cried. "He's dying." Min-Jae scoffed. "Call the hospital. I have somewhere to be." He returned to his car. Imani screamed at him, but he sped off. Her hands shook as she held Jake, whispering, "Stay with me. Please stay with me." Seoul National University Hospital became her second home. Jake lay unconscious, tubes and machines keeping him alive. Imani held his hand every hour. "Oh, Mama's here, my baby. Don't leave me." Doctors said the impact caused a skull fracture, internal bleeding, a broken leg. They weren't sure he would wake up. Meanwhile, police questioned her coldly. The driver says a child ran into the road. He is an important businessman. No empathy, no justice, just power. And power was not on Imani's side. 2 days later, Min-Jae's lawyers arrived in expensive suits. They placed papers on the hospital table. "Sign," the lead lawyer said. "You'll receive 50 million Korean wons. Do not pursue legal action. It was an accident." Imani looked at the papers, then at her unconscious son. Her eyes filled with fire. "Get out," she whispered. "My son is not a check." The lawyers exchanged annoyed looks. "You are not Korean. You cannot win this case. Think carefully." Imani stood up, voice trembling with anger. "I don't need to be Korean to fight for my child." They left, and a war began. Imani searched desperately for a lawyer willing to challenge a billionaire. Door after door closed, until she met attorney Seo Jin-ho, a human rights lawyer known for fighting impossible cases. Jin-ho listened to her story in silence. Then he nodded. "I will help you." Imani's knees nearly gave way. "But I must warn you," he added. "Kang Min-Jae owns 3 businesses, sponsors politicians, and influences the police. This will not be a legal case. It will be a battle." Imani wiped her tears. "I'm ready." And so the battle began. Attorney Jin-ho dug into Min-Jae's past. What he discovered was terrifying. Drunk driving charges dismissed. Assault case buried. Illegal street racing allegations. A hit-and-run in Busan sealed by bribery. Multiple NDAs paid to silence victims. Min-Jae's life was built on privilege and corruption. "His money is a shield," Jin-ho said. "Then we break it," Imani replied. The courtroom filled with reporters. Kang Min-Jae walked in wearing a designer suit and sunglasses. He smirked when he saw Imani. "So you still think you can win?" he whispered. Imani didn't respond. Her son's life was on the line. Witnesses testified. Doctors explained the extent of Jake's injuries. Min-Jae's lawyers attacked every word. "She's lying. She wants money. She's foreign. Her story is unreliable." Imani sat quietly. Anger carved deep lines across her heart. This wasn't just unfair. It was evil. When she finally stood to testify, the courtroom went silent. Imani pulled out Jake's bloodstained school shirt and held it up. "This is my son's blood," she whispered. "He was crossing the road with me. He is only 8. You say he ran into the street? No. A man who thinks life is cheap almost killed him." Tears slid down her face. "I came to Korea for a better life. Instead, I watched my baby bleed in my arms. I don't want money. I want justice." Even the judge was visibly moved. For the first time, Min-Jae looked uncomfortable, just when things seemed hopeless. A store owner brought forward secret CCTV footage. It captured everything. The speeding car, the reckless turn, Jake holding Imani's hand, and Min-Jae hitting him without slowing down. The courtroom erupted. Min-Jae's face drained of color. His lawyer whispered urgently, "We're done." Imani sobbed into her hands as the judge's voice echoed, "Kang Min-Jae, you are hereby convicted." Justice flooded the room like sunlight. Min-Jae thought prison would be easy. He was wrong. He was hated, mocked, ignored, forced to clean floors, forced to eat plain rice instead of his usual gourmet meals. But what broke him wasn't punishment. It was watching men cry for their children, watching prisoners save scraps of food for sick cellmates, watching friendships built on nothing but humanity. He realized he had lived without a soul. One night he whispered, "What have I become?" For the first time in years. He cried. Years passed. Jake slowly recovered, walking with a slight limp but smiling again. Imani became a symbol of justice for foreigners in Korea. When Min-Jae was finally released, he didn't go home. He went straight to Imani. He bowed deeply, so low his forehead nearly touched the floor. "I am sorry," he said in a trembling voice. "I hurt your child, and I live like a monster." Prison opened my eyes. Imani watched him quietly. She didn't hate him anymore, but forgiveness was another matter. "You can't change the past," she said softly, "but you can change what comes after." Min-Jae nodded. "I will spend my life doing that." Min-Jae sold his luxury cars, closed his nightclub business, donated millions to children's hospitals. He started Safe Walk Korea, road safety education for kids, the Jake Foundation, supporting injured children, a volunteer street cleaning team he joined weekly. He worked with his hands, not his pride. People no longer feared him. They respected him. Slowly, little by little, he became a different man. Jake, now 13, played football in the park. Min-Jae watched him from a distance, coaching other kids kindly. Imani approached him. "You've changed," she said. He smiled gently. "I'm still changing." They shared a quiet moment. Two people linked by tragedy, yet moving forward. "Imani," he said softly, "you saved your son. But you also saved me." She exhaled, touched by the sincerity in his voice. And for the first time, she didn't see the man who broke her life. She saw the man rebuilding his own. One warm spring afternoon, cherry blossoms filled the air as Jake ran ahead, laughing with friends. Imani and Min-Jae sat on a bench beneath the trees. "A lot has happened," she said. "And a lot has healed," he replied. She nodded. Life wasn't perfect, but it was peaceful. Jake was alive. Min-Jae had transformed, and Imani had risen stronger than ever. As petals drifted around them, Imani whispered a quiet prayer of gratitude, not for what they had lost, but for what they had gained. Justice, healing, and hope in the most unexpected place.